I'm back again. Okay, I'm not even set up on my computer yet. Bear with me, everyone. Let's just see what we've got going on in here. I think I'm live. Wait, am I live? I can't even see if I'm streaming. I know I'm streaming. I haven't got the screen up or anything. I can't see comments. Hello, everyone. Uh, Go on here. Go on here. Why didn't I just put the start streaming thing on for longer? No, this is really weird. I literally can't see anything. Um, Nothing's working. I wanted to do this because I think we may have just found we're getting close to a low. If that isn't okay, cool. I'm here. All right, I can see everyone now. Welcome, everybody. I thought I would jump onto a stream because we saw a little bit of volume coming in at the lows, and we've seen a big drop off in short positions and a big drop off in open interest. So, uh, potentially, we could be looking at a little bit of a reversal here. I don't know how long it will go, but I have just taken a trade. This is the first one I've really taken on Bitcoin for like all day. Uh, and then I thought I'd jump onto a stream. So it's the first time that you've really seen any major change of behavior. And we are getting a bit of a move. Trade's not working. Still not much, is it? We could still go a bit lower. But as a little scalp, that was half decent. I still said we'd go for sub 30k, didn't I, today? Tomato head on you. Yeah, I'm really this is why. That's bright. It's because I've just got the top light thing on. I'm so unprepared. Why am I back here again? There we go. Much better. Is it quiet for anyone else? My voice. I don't. I'm speaking quite quiet because it is like 11 o'clock here, and unlike back home when I'm trading, I these walls are quite thin, so I am talking quieter than I usually would. But I am just coming on here just to see how everyone is getting along. I was going to jump into voice chat, but I thought, you know what, I'll just stream and we'll see how everyone's doing. So if everyone is doing good, say you are doing good. Testy, testy. I don't think the bottom's in there. I've just taken a very quick scalp position. Things are getting heated. I think we're going to find a low soon, but I do think we could still go quite a bit lower. This getting to that point, I do think this resolves tonight. Whether it resolves when I'm still awake or not, we will soon find out. But it is exactly what I was saying yesterday. Like my video update this morning, capitulation day. This is what we're seeing. We are capitulating. I was looking for sub 30k. We're kind of there. And I thought it would get resolved today. And I do think it's going to get resolved today. So we will see how we get along. I should put some like background music on for this because it's going to be a bit more of a chilled stream. Just going to look at what's happening with the price action. With getting a decent enough bounce here. We'll also have a look at some altcoins. So I've I've just taken a long position. Um, in Oh no, now everything's fallen apart. I just earlier on I was like, oh, fair play 1 inch. It's doing really well. It has been holding up the whole day. So I was like, oh, you know what? When Bitcoin bounces, if this can continue to hold up, then that might be quite a good trade. So I took a long position on 1 inch. And now it's dumping like everything else is. So yeah, fair play. I think this will still get a bit of a bounce, but that was not maybe not the best timing on my part. However, still compared to everything else, I mean, okay, you're now down 6%. This was basically like level with its daily open earlier. I was like, oh, this is looking pretty good. I could have a bit of this. Uh, but no, that one hasn't worked out. Ape, insane, insane on Ape. So again, still short, taking down out its all-time lows. Uh, Luna. I'm going to. Is Luna? Oh my God, Luna's taken out this low. No, that should have hit my alert. Ah, did I get filled? I had a limit order at $42. Just missed it. Just missed it. So Luna did not. I did not quite get filled on Luna. I was front run slightly on that. That's the only trades I've been taking today. How's Bitcoin doing? Still moving up. Okay, nice. We are still moving up. Just need to get some water. 3 times in one day. I've done one video and 2 live streams. Bear with me, I'm just getting some water. I left some food outside. Hold on. I've been chilling on my balcony and I left some food outside, so I've got to put that in the fridge now. In and out, in and out. And now I'm back. Ah, man. Anyway, sorry, this is too yeah, very unprofessional of a stream. Anyway, I thought I would jump in. I do think we're going to get a bit of resolution on this tonight, and I did see an opportunity where we do have a potential low at least for a few hours that got put in. So basically, as we came down into this low, I just started looking at the computer again. We had a really nice big increase in volume, and there was a slight change of behavior where we did suddenly start to see a lot of shorts closing out as well as everything else. So it was like basically small capitulation from the longs. We had some liquidations down there. It was decent enough with the drop off in open interest that was coming into it, and then having taken like out, there was like a climax in volume. But it felt okay with the excess in the lows, at the lows to go in on a long position. But I'm I'm still not convinced by this as a macro low. I still think we're going to head a little bit lower. Um, overnight probably. Bendau, I'm back long since this morning. I didn't look at the market yet. Am I doing good? You're doing great. You're doing great. Just hold on to that long for a few days or a few weeks or a few months or a few years, and you might end up break even. Is there anything else people want me to take a look at? Because now that we're coming into a potential end of this, altcoins might start to become tradable again. So we can start to look at some new levels on some altcoins, and we can just have a look across the market. Take a look at the carnage that has occurred today. We have things down 20-30%. Anchor protocol for a very brief moment was more pegged to USD than UST was pegged to USD. So Anchor protocol, which is something that's on the Terra network, closer to the dollar than the stablecoin that's on the Terra network, after it had been at like many more dollars recently. So that was an interesting thing. This was once at $6 and now it's all the way back down here at 1. Other stuff is getting equally as wrecked. We have everything wrecked. The only thing that was in the green, the only thing that is in the green is waves. Waves. Yeah, fair play to Waves as well, which has actually retraced that whole crazy move up that it had. This has gone from like $63 down to 12. That is a lot. So we are looking at these 80% moves down. We are looking at these 80% corrections. Stuff that had done so well previously, like we were looking at VeChain, exceeded all the targets. Thank whatever that we closed out of all of this, because now that has come down and taken out the lows. So we are looking at these, basically these accumulation schematics that have been going on. You've almost got like this section of the chart, right? If you were to look at this section, okay, you have a selling climax, you have your secondary test, you have a sign of strength, you have a spring, and then you do this. That is almost like now magnified to this deviation at the highs being like this sign of strength. We're now having another spring, like this other little spring. So we do have another opportunity where we could be looking at, once again, some kind of accumulation starts to be put in on some of the altcoins and with Bitcoin at some point. I don't think we've got a low in yet, but I do think we're very close. Close in terms of time. However, we don't know how low that is going to go. We could end up finishing the day or finishing the next couple of days if this continues to bleed out down at like 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, whatever it lands on. But at that point, we're going to go into another range that will be very tradable. We will have much better conditions again. And there's a lot of data up here that we can start to look at to trade once things start to recover. So you just, unless you're in a long position and you're very, very underwater right now, I don't think there's a need to panic. It's just what the market does. And yeah, you just have to allow it to do its thing. I did send a little message in the chat earlier being like capital preservation right now is everything. You've just got to make sure you're in the game when this does settle down, and it will settle down. It's not going to continue to crash forever. We're going to have an uptrend, however small it may be. There will be an uptrend after, or at least a range to trade once this is once this is finished. If you have made small losses, that will be a really good opportunity in which to make back some gains, because often these ranges that happen after big dumps like this, they are very, very easy to trade. They're just, you'll put in a range. If we're looking at the V-shaped recovery, anyone within the crew, take a look at the V-shaped recovery playbook. We're likely to get that at some point. We'll play a range. There'll be a range to trade. It'll be very low volume because the majority of the market will be out, and you can start just to chip away sensibly at any losses that have been made. Like my portfolio is down. It looks like, looks awful. But fortunately, holding a short. Not only on Bitcoin but also on Luna and on Ape, so I'm doing okay in terms of like overall stuff. Like my kind of exchange account is doing okay, but still I'm not like, I don't go high leverage on my shorts, so overall portfolio suffering a bit. So yeah, but it'll be good. It'll be good. Who else is in here? Let me have a look at the chat again. UST took a poopy at here to call Danku. Oh my, it's so funny. Like we did that little stream with Danku, our like I think a week before Luna hit its all-time high, and I was talking about how I was looking for the shorts at that level, and how I thought it would be going back down to. I was thinking like $70 would be quite nice, in order to continue trading this as like a bit of a bit of a range, but yeah, it's turned out to be not very nice for Luna holders because obviously yield is the for so much of the year that's basically been like the savior for the market. Like people who haven't been trading, or maybe they've been getting wrecked trading, a lot of those were going into stables and they were getting yield, and they were buying into things like Luna, so that they could get their 20% APY. But I mean, this is one of the questions that I had for him when we were talking about this, is like, why is that really, why would you want 20, why are you in crypto for a start and happy with 20% increase on a portfolio in a year? That's not why people are here. So eh, is what it is. And and now it's crashing like everything else. So yeah. Slippage. What does it mean if for BTC if Do Kwon deploying more capital, as he says? I don't know. They've literally just haven't they just unlocked like all of like the 1.4 billion BTC, and I think that's what they've been unloading for the past few days, right? Are they the ones that are sending money to Gemini, isn't it, or something? And I think it's Gemini that they're selling it on, and they're selling like 3,000 Bitcoin at a time. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but yeah, it's not looking too healthy for Luna or for Bitcoin. And also, this price action isn't looking too healthy either. So it does look like we're going to come down and roll over and take these lows again. Where could there be a low? What's going on with Bitfinex? Let's look at the open interest. Ooh, they're still buying this, you know. They are still buying this. So Bitfinex still look okay. Crazy. It is crazy. Do we have anything down here? I mean, at this point, there's no point even looking at the books. It's just going to flush for everything until people are liquidated. Until that point where people feel the most pain. When you're feeling the most pain and you think it's all over, and you think the market can never recover, and you want to sell everything, and you just want to curl up in a ball and go to bed and cry, that's the moment in which the market's going to recover. So it's going to happen. It's surely going to happen tonight. Um, because these things like you can't slow down. Price just can't slow down, put in a range and dump more at this stage. I think it's just got to capitulate, and at the speed that it's coming down, it kind of has to happen pretty soon. Luke, do you see this as a malicious stop hunt? I mean, we've probably seen about 100 malicious stop hunts today alone, haven't we? Where you just price just comes down, takes the lows, doesn't bounce, doesn't allow people to get out, comes down again, takes the lows, doesn't allow people to get out, takes the lows, no way to get out, and you're not even bouncing back into what was previously support. It's just increasing downtrend. We're in a parabolic advance to the downside. If you were to flip this chart over and you were to look at it like this, you'd be going, don't short this. That would be insane. You would not want to be looking for a short on here because it is insane. You're in a parabolic advance. So what you've got to do, and this is such a simple thing, that what you do on, if you're in a parabolic advance, you draw a parabolic curve and you wait for it to be broken. At this stage, it's not actually that steep. This could get a lot worse. We don't know where it's going to end up. But if we do try and connect it as best we can, something that looks a little bit like this. you want to actually make it parabolic in some way, you've got to wait for that to be broken, and we're so far ahead of it. So maybe this continues up to here, we go to that 27, 26, and at this some point you'll just put in a range, and then you'll drop through it, and that's the point in which you can start to look for, again, if it's inverted, short positions to trade it back down. If it's this way, long positions. Okay, so we're basically looking, we want to see chopping around at the lows, some volatility coming in. We want to see ourselves come through this. I haven't drawn it very well, but we want to see it come through this kind of line. And at that point, then we do have opportunity, because then you've got time. You've had time for the VWAPs to come down. You've had time for, again, I don't trade them very often, but you've had time for the moving average to come down into price. You've had time for everything else just to settle, and then you can start to move things back another way. So yeah, I actually do think my microphone is a little bit quiet. It does seem to be a bit quiet. I do have, I can actually, oh no, I think I'm going to ruin it if I try this. Okay, never mind. I just looked at the meter on my screen, and it is a bit quiet. Any future of DeFi trading, sir? Of course there is. Like, of course, I'm assuming what you mean is like, is there a future for DeFi? Like, of course there is. Yeah. It's it's not all going to die forever. It's everything goes through this. Bitcoin's gone through it many times. Ethereum's gone through it quite a few times. Luna's going through it for the first time. Is dying. Everyone thinks it's dying, but it will recover. I think it's pretty strong. I think it's a pretty good project overall. It probably will recover. Other things will recover as well. And yeah, I think there'll be much happier days ahead for the market in general. How far away are we from? Where do we have the? Oh my God, they're so far away from like anything. We were looking earlier at maybe the possibility that we could have this 80% setup come into play if we could find some support and just come through there, get a change of market structure, find new opportunities for short positions and take this down. But nothing at all. You can buy one UST for 94 cents on Binance right now. Buy the dip. It's yeah, nice little arbitrage opportunity. So if you do go UST, right? UST, USDT. This is actually really nice. Like, of course, this is going to recover. Um, it's not really worth it. Like, are you really gonna just? You've got to put in a lot of money into UST in order to make decent gains. Like, would you be happy with a trade that's going to take you up 5% and certainly not give you any more? Well, at some point, you're going to get a 5% gain off of this. There is a little arbitrage type of opportunity here, because that is going to go back to $1. Um, it's not worth it though, is it really? Once again, every time I go live, Bitcoin stops moving. I thought I thought we might get a capitulation. I thought we might get a move, but every time I go live, it's like a curse. Bitcoin just stops moving. I thought, this is getting exciting again. It might be something to talk about. We might have something to trade, and it's just stopped. It's like literally stopped again. What time exactly did I go live? I've been live for 26 minutes. 26. So, okay, I guess we're up from the moment I went live. I did catch the bottom. Callous Luke, you scalp for 0.5%, but 5% isn't worth it. I mean, who knows? This is the thing. It's we don't know if this is going to recover. We could we could end up a lot worse. I mean, if there is a death spiral type thing going on, then yeah, things could get much worse. Peace just sent me a screenshot saying, Luke, now you're on YouTube, so price will stop moving. Luke, now on YouTube, so price will stop moving. Stay tuned. Yes, I am on YouTube, so price will stop moving and has stopped moving and will continue to move once I log off. So do people want price to move again, or do people want me to talk about random nonsense like I did on stream earlier because price wasn't moving and there was nothing to talk about? Also, hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. At least we can pump the likes a little bit, even if everything else is dead. We can at least try and pump some likes into the chat, although they don't go into the chat. But yeah, pump up the likes. It's really interesting with the SPX though, because the other thing that we've had here, I think the SPX is looking okay. So we did have that move down. We came back and filled that gap from all the way back in last April. So over a year old gap that we have here at 4,019. We were looking at 4,000 points realistically on the SPX. Where did we come into? 4,000, 4,001. So this is what we were looking at this morning. We were looking for that 4,001 and price was up here somewhere. So we've come into 4,000. That's pretty reasonable. We've come into this gap. If we do look at the futures, I mean, it looks okay here. Like you've had what you would normally want to see from Bitcoin. So you have had, there's just like basically you had a nice move down with good volume. You've come out, you've swept the lows, and can it start to change market structure and move the other way? Like Bitcoin's just completely wrecked, but SPX is behaving relatively like you would have thought it would do. And that could help Bitcoin. So if we can get a bounce here going on the SPX, this will close soon, right? This I'm so lost with time. Okay, it closes in an hour. Yeah, of course. My time on this is still in UK time. So SPX will close in an hour. At that point, maybe Bitcoin gets some relief. Maybe we're looking at something like the daily open that puts in our final low. I don't know why this isn't working. Can someone? If it's fine. I don't have any templates for this because I'm obviously on my laptop. All my templates are on my computer at home. So I think there was some on Box. I think we've got some templates for AgriTrade on Box, haven't we? I'll need to load a new one in because the one I've been using is dead. Talk about alts. Let's go. I don't know what alts we want to talk about. So CME gap at 23k. Yes, yes, there is. That could be a target. God, if I time this low, that'd be so fun. That'd be so cool. I don't think I did though. Mr. Brownback, Luke, I will listen to you even if nothing happens. Chill, relax, make fun of it. That's it. Thank you. I don't know why people like listening to me so much. I don't talk. I don't make much sense when I'm doing a stream on here, especially with this setup. It is a little bit. My setup at home is like so perfect for streaming. It's like I can look. I know where everything is. Here, I feel disorientated because I have to look all over the place. I'm not quite sure how to set up my screen properly. I'm aware of people that may hear, and I talk a bit quieter because of that. Dot at $10. Really? That is mad. Uh, uh Oh my god, Dot is just completely destroyed. Um, I guess you'd ultimately be looking for these lows down here to get taken out. Let's just forget everything that's on this chart. We've got, there's your liquidity, right? And that's it. Do we have something with a bit more data? Ouch. It's all been ruined. And look, this is how long it's been since I've been interested in altcoins. Because the last time I was putting levels on in altcoins was back when we were like last December. And yeah, we had that little bit of a run. There were certain alts that played quite nicely. But this is the thing, the last time I've been charting altcoins like properly was last year. It's just, yeah. And since then, it's just been downtrend. Great opportunity for a short position up at that high. Stick a little alert on that, I guess. So if we do take out those lows at $10.37, that could be a good place to look for a final low being put in on here. Again, I think what we're probably likely to see is something like this, where you come down and you put in some kind of range, and then you start to claw things back up again. I think there's so much damage has been done to the chart. You will get a reaction, but we're not just going to go boom and sky off to wherever. At this stage, this is a lot of damage. It's going to take time to play out. You've got to be looking at this as, I mean, COVID crash was a black swan event, but even that put in a bit of a range after the lows. You were down there for about a week. If we're looking at this as being like a bear market low, then we're looking at today as being something along the lines of basically this. And I mean, realistically, we could even just be at this stage. If we are going bear market stuff, we could be at this stage and we could be looking at lower. Oh my god, that would just be so bad though. I don't think we're there. I think that's kind of ridiculous, but we might be, and in that case, should be looking at a further 30% at least move to the downside. Takes us back to previous all-time highs or something below 20k. And then, of course, you put in a few months of just consolidation, very, very low volume, nobody interested, everybody out of the market. But I mean, unfortunately, like, there were opportunities. Okay, this was the opportunity. As soon as Bitcoin lost this and you got that daily close, game over. And you can be bullish here, you can be okay. You're like, all right, cool, we're looking at this as being it has a real good opportunity of being able to move up and put in a macro higher low. And then you're looking at new all-time highs, you're looking at really kind of quite bullish stuff. But it was either or. You were either at this point, this was make or break for Bitcoin, and unfortunately, fortunately, however you like it, cheap Bitcoin, but dying Bitcoin. It's not dying. Cheap Bitcoin, but a lot of pain. At this point, as soon as you lost this, right, and we knew that there was the short opportunity. That was that 39,700. There was a good short opportunity there. We didn't know if it would play out perfectly. It did, and now we find ourselves all the way back down here. So yeah, as soon as you got that close below, it's just game over. Completely game over. I just wasn't thinking it would come down this fast. It's mad. Basketballs, can you talk about CRO, please? Please, like you won't. Lol. I'll have a look at it. What price was this at once upon a time? I mean, yeah. It's this region here that's interesting on this, isn't it? I mean, I'm just doing so simple, basic TA, but you've got this little like weekly block. Some interesting stuff within there. You could bring it up to the wick. We're not really quite there yet. If you bring this across Could you make a case for these highs? Maybe. So you've got a region. You've got a region of interest within all of this section here, and we've just tapped into it. So CRO, it's okay. If you come down and take these lows, actually this looks even better, like 13 cents, 13.15 could be an opportunity there. But again, like you just got to wait for something to show some life. Crypto market cap down 11%. I haven't looked at the crypto market cap for a while. Total market cap. So we do have. Is that the previous all-time high market cap? So that's just out of interest. When we broke. Oh, there's no volume on this. Why am I doing that? Of course there's no volume. You can't do a POC from a total market cap. Yeah, what for me? Did this ever play out? It did. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Opal and Daffy? Never heard of them. I have no idea what they are. Opulus. Um, downtrend. Daffy. They look awful. Look, especially low caps right now. Now's not the time to be messing around with low caps. Wait, again, they're not. 90% of these at this stage are going to go to zero on the low caps. So, you, yeah, you've probably. What was the last one I looked at? I can't remember. Um, Opal. Opal. Yeah, like you can't chart this. It's just down. It's just going down and down, down, down. MP remember Illuvium? Did their game ever come out? I have no idea. I have no idea. I think it was supposed to come out like uh it's supposed to come out this year at some point. I don't know if they're still developing it or what's going on. Um I'll have a look at that one day. See what's there. I think I've still got a little bit of this. I think I might still be staking some Illuvium somewhere, wherever they hold it. I have no idea. I remember buying some. I don't think I obviously had a trade in it, and I did sell the trade, but I think I bought some of the actual thing as well. But no, this is a thing. Stuff will recover. The good projects will recover. I don't know if Illuvium is a good project. If they can create the game, and if it's half decent, it will recover. So, what's the ugliest chart you've seen recently? Um, well, Bitcoin is right. Bitcoin's got to be. It's got to be the ugliest chart on the market at the moment because other things have been like other assets have been coming down and they've been relatively easy. We've been looking at opportunities. They've been bouncing around. They've been doing some stuff. They've been showing some kind of interesting things. Um, Apart from the ones that are obviously just going to go to zero, but a lot of them have been doing some interesting stuff. Bitcoin is just the one that's just not been giving an opportunity recently. I think this is probably it's a horrible looking chart. No matter what way you look at it, that's a horrible looking chart. I mean, you can even to get into short positions and to try and short this on the way down is very, very tricky. You'd have to be going. I mean, the only way to really do it is to put anchored VWAPs and trail them down. So you can see here, and this is what I mean by like when you're going parabolic. when you start to accelerate, what you can do is sell into those anchored VWAPs. So if you do anchor this again, there's a little pivot high, okay? Actually, no, not from the high. You'd go high, low, close 3, reasonable enough. And then when you start to accelerate away from it, you kind of move away from VWAP. You can start to look at these shorts into it. And then again, when you start to move away from VWAP here, okay, you've got, that's the wrong thing. You start to move away, you pull away from that VWAP, and then you can see how it's being held down here. Of course, you've got that push up that came into this one. And then again, you've got these VWAPs that come down. And you can TWAP it down into the VWAP. Again, price comes up, just about reaches the VWAP, doesn't even reach the VWAP. At this point, if you go into this anchored VWAP, you're probably going to find some resistance. There's little things that you can do for bounces and stuff, but to get into positions here is just so tricky. So tricky. And even like you've got these like bands on here, on the VWAP, on the new VWAP on XO, which are quite nice. But I don't think they've been so tradable today. Okay, shall I wrap this up again, and then it will take the lows, and we'll continue to dump. It's not going to dump unless I log off of this. So I think we're going to come back down and take the lows again. I've taken that little long position. We'll see if it can survive. I don't think it will. I am going to head to bed in a minute. It's 11:30. I do have. I mean, we've got London trading room tomorrow morning. So if anyone is in the crew, we do have London trading room tomorrow morning. We will be taking a look at whatever has happened overnight. And yeah, on that note, I think I will. We are bouncing again, so we're not going to take these lows. No, I am going to wrap it up. Sorry, I know that was a short one. We've been live for like 45 minutes. So I am going to sleep now. Yeah. See you when this finishes itself off. Or whatever it does. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow because I'm sure I'll be back online. I'm not going to check any more altcoins. I'm not going to check it. Chat's done. I'm not seeing any more chat. Cheers guys, bye.